Hi everybody, it's the Soap Man, and it's Thursday evening. It's time to make some soap. So I have my usual procedure. I have my lye water with Tussie Silk in it. My oil's here cooling down. I'm soaping about 130. What I'm going to do is use my vertical column mold. If you haven't seen it before, you'll see it in a few minutes, or maybe some of you have even used it before, seen it on other YouTube posters. So anyway, what I'm going to do is get this, 2 different batches, 4 cups each. One's going to be white. One, I'm actually using the scent oil to somewhat darken it. I'm using Brambleberry's oatmeal, milk and honey. They claim it's one of their best sellers. The first time I ever used it, I just did a sample, a small batch. I barely smelled it out of the bottle. Didn't smell it in the fresh soap, didn't smell it a couple of weeks later, but shortly after that the scent started to develop, and it lasted for months and months and months. And it does get some really great reviews. It does darken to sort of a medium tan. So I'm going to actually put a little bit of cocoa powder in that side, just so I can kind of see it right now, and it'll be a little bit darker when it fully cures. So anyway, that's going to be my procedure. You'll see it here in just a few minutes. I thought maybe I might kind of show you what I do Saturday morning. We have, over here, got a bit of a mess. Those are my soaps I'm going to bag this evening that I'll be giving out Saturday morning. Those, you see wash rags here. I've got 4 bundles of wash rags. Of course, I got a bag here with just some miscellaneous toiletries. Obviously got some Bibles. You know, I have toothpaste, toothbrushes, body wash, lotion, just some miscellaneous personal care toiletries. This is what I do with my soaps on Saturday morning, give it out. So I'll individually fold all these wash rags, so that'll go with my soap, as well as all of those, and that's what I do. I enjoy making soap. It's just a hobby, and I can't possibly use all of this, and there are multiple churches that join in this for low income, and the church that actually sponsors it, where the actual site is, they even prepare a very hot breakfast, a nice hot breakfast for the people. So that's what I do Saturday morning with all my soaps. That's my thing. The wash rags the church provides, and the personal care toiletries the church provides, I do my soap. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and mix these, get a light emulsification, split them into 2 4-cup sections, get my colorants in, the scent in. The scent, I'm only putting in 1/2 of it since it discolors. The white will be unscented, but if it works like it did on my sample batch, it will be definitely strong enough. So here we go. Let's get this mixed up and make a little bit of noise at first. Alright, bear with me for just a moment while I make a little bit of noise. Get the cord out of the way. There we go. And I'm soaping at 130 and I'm going to wrap even this wooden mold, I'm going to wrap it with a towel because I want a super hot gel phase. That is critical to getting it out of this mold. I'll talk about that in just a minute. Alright, that's good enough to start. I will definitely do some more because with this mold, it's kind of a tricky balance. If it's too thin, it'll leak. If it's too thick, it'll be hard to get in. I need just sort of a medium thick tray. So that's good to get us started. I'll split this off into 4 equal batches. And this recipe usually makes about 4 cups. It's for 8 cups total. Doesn't have to be 100% exact. Alright, so that one is right at 4 cups exactly. Let's see, this one is So it is too. You know what? I'm going to put just a little bit into each so I can scrape this out. A little bit there. A little bit there, and we're good. Alright. Put that aside. So, I'll work on this one first. I want this pretty white. Doesn't have to be super white. But I'm going to go ahead and put 2 teaspoons of titanium dioxide into this one. There's 1. There's 2. And I will do a stick blend. This is the one that is going to be unscented. And the other side should be scented more than enough to cover for it. Usually I disperse my colorants, but since I'm doing a moderate amount of stick blending, I'm not going to. I just want to trap that under the bell of the stick blender. And here we go. And because of the hot temperatures, I am gelling, thickening up quickly. Which means I have to move quickly. But this is about the right consistency that I want. That's all I'm going to do with that. That's about the right consistency. I'll have to be really careful to make sure it stays that. Alright, let's do this thing over here. A little bit of cocoa powder. I'll get the scent in it. And that is because of the warm temperature. So I gotta move fast. Now, let's stir that. Okay, I'm gonna have to really move on this. Let me get my scent oil in this. This will help break this up a little bit. Now this doesn't really look like a whole lot right now, but the scent oil is going to really darken this considerably. Okay, let's get this in the mold, because we are really setting up. More than I wanted. Way more than I wanted. I'm going to end up changing plans. Always have a backup. Always have a backup. I'm using my mold. This is too thick. This is way too thick to get into that mold. So, we're going to spoon plop. This was totally not planned, but it happens. Spoon plop. Plop one in. Plop, we're going to do even. Plop. Plop. Pound it down. Do my light. Plop. Plop. I think you get the picture here. And you've heard me say 1,000 times, have a backup in case this happens. And because this mold won't hold as much soap as I have, I'm going to have some muffin molds to fill. Did you see that fly out of there? That's another reason we wear our safety gear, especially our goggles, to protect our eyes. Man, does this get thick fast on me. I'd have never gotten into that mold. And alright, since this is so thick, I'm just going to sort of play around with what I have here before it gets so thick I can't do anything with it. Get a nice top on it. Sort of a peak. I'm going to set that aside for one moment, get the muffin mold to get the rest of this in here so it does not get to wasted. Plop, plop. 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 Alright, those don't look like much, but I can scrape the rest of this out. And build a nice high top on this. These will take a little bit of cleaning up when I get them out of here, but that way, because my soap got really thick really fast, way more than I anticipated, I was able to save it. So always have a backup. Now what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to set that aside. I think what I will do is go ahead and sprinkle the top of the main soap with some poppy seeds to give it a little bit of character. Now when I cut this, probably tomorrow, probably not going to look like a whole lot because the white is sort of a tan, which is kind of what I wanted with this one. And the dark, the one that's scented, will take almost its full curing time for the darkening to really fully take effect. So there we go. Now we'll spray these with rubbing alcohol to help prevent soda ash, even though a hot temperature and a super thick gel are good for that as well. I want to play it safe. There we go. This was absolutely not what I planned, but because of the plan B, I saved the soap. My mold is already set up. It's already lined. I'll use it another time. Anyway, here we go, folks. Change of plans. Thanks for watching. Bye.